Alright, I am ready. Woo. Okay. Uh, uh, Alright. Wonder if anybody will come to the carrot stream. Each sign somebody likes you, even if you don't think so.
There's a good chance someone likes you right now, and you have absolutely no idea.
Oh my god.
Not because they're hiding it on purpose.
Oh my god. Who likes me? Who likes me?
But because your brain is looking for the wrong signals.
Oh.
You're waiting for someone to say, I like you, or make some big romantic gesture. And meanwhile, you're completely missing the 8 things their body and behavior are already screaming at you.
Okay.
I used to be terrible at this. There was someone years ago who did almost everything on this list, and I didn't notice a single thing until it was too late.
Aww.
I remember sitting with a friend months later, telling them about this person, and my friend just stared at me and said, "Are you serious? That person was so obviously into you." And I sat there, replaying every interaction in my head, and it hit me. The signs were everywhere. I just didn't know what I was looking at. That experience changed the way I study people. And today, I'm going to show you exactly what to look for so you never make that mistake. By sign number 5, you're going to start thinking about someone specific. I guarantee it. And if this kind of breakdown on how people really work is your thing, you're going to want to hit subscribe right now.
Oh my
because
god.
every video on this channel gives you a new lens to read the people around you. Let's get into the first sign. Before we start, let me tell you why this list is different from all the other signs someone likes you videos out there. Most of them focus on obvious things. Things like they text you first or they compliment you a lot. And sure, those can mean something.
Everybody
But the
compliments
problem
me a
is,
lot.
those are conscious choices.
Nobody loves
A
me.
person can decide to text you. A person can decide to give you a compliment. They can rehearse what to say.
They can even
plan when to
decide
say
to
it, and make a
bang me.
calculated move. What they cannot decide is what their body does when you walk into the room.
They
What they
calculate
cannot
banging me.
control is how their nervous system reacts when you sit next to them. What they cannot fake is the way their brain processes you differently from
No way.
everyone else in a conversation. Every sign on this list is something that happens below the surface. These are behaviors controlled by the subconscious mind, by the autonomic nervous system, by parts of the brain that the person has zero control over. And that's
Holy
what makes
moly.
them so reliable. You can fake a smile, you can fake interest, you
I
can even
fake
fake a
smile all the
laugh
time.
if you're good enough at it. But you cannot fake what I'm about to show you.
Oh my
These are
god, get
signals
to the fucking point. Jesus Christ almighty. You cannot fake these things, I cannot. Nobody fucking likes me though. That's not true. Everybody likes you, Dr. Jones. Like, how many people in your life have their own theme song. Dr. Jones. Dr. Jones, Dr. Jones, Dr. Jones. You know how many people in your life have their own Jones song? Also, hop on Resident Evil 6. Okay, let's
that
get to it.
bypass the conscious mind entirely. They happen whether the person wants
My effing God.
them to or not. I ranked these from the most common to the most
Fuck me, man.
surprising. The deeper we go,
This video only has 477 views. Started 4 minutes 20.
the harder the signs are to spot, but the more powerful they are as proof that someone genuinely likes you. And I want to be clear about something before we begin. This isn't about manipulation. Sign number 8. They lean in toward you. This one seems simple, but most people completely overlook it because it's so subtle that it registers as background noise. When someone is interested in you, their body physically moves closer, not in a dramatic way. Not like they're invading your space or making some bold move. It's barely noticeable. They lean in slightly when you talk. They angle their torso toward you without thinking about it. Their feet point in your direction. If you're sitting at a table together, their elbows might creep a few inches closer to your side. If you're standing in a group, they position themselves just a bit nearer to you than to anyone else. Psychologists call this proxemics, which is just a
What?
fancy word for the study of personal space and how humans use distance to communicate.
Oh my
And
God.
here's what decades of research show. Humans have an intimate zone that extends about 18 inches from the face. We are extremely selective about who we allow into that zone. When someone consistently positions themselves closer to you than they need to be, when they lean in during conversation instead of leaning back, that's their body saying, I want to be near you before their mouth ever does. And this isn't just some theory. Research on proxemics has consistently found that people reduce physical distance with individuals they feel positively about. It's one of the most fundamental nonverbal behaviors in all of human interaction. Here's an experiment you can try. Next time you're in a group conversation, take a small step backward. Not a big move, just a subtle shift. If someone is interested in you, watch what happens within the next 30 seconds. They'll unconsciously close the gap. They won't even realize they did it. Their body is pulled toward you like gravity, and their conscious mind has no idea it's happening. And here's another layer that nobody talks about.
Okay,
When
fuck me, this is just shit video. New Infowars, Black Room movie. He's mine, he's only mine. Now he has become permanently mine. I also have his mini version now. What? I don't get it. Is it because the child's hair was different than the dad? I don't get it. It's too late. I don't have talent. AI makes drawing pointless. I started art late. Here's what I learned. Oh man.
If you start an art
I'm
late,
gonna watch a video as to why AI makes my art redundant while drawing my manga for a contest. How does that sound? This theory out here reminding me I'm a die alone. You will not die alone. Isn't your MO watching shit videos? What? What do you mean, isn't your MO watching shit videos? What? Rishmasta, what the hell are you talking about? My modus operandi is watching cool videos and doing great art. What do you mean? What? Yeah. I don't watch shit videos. Dr. Jones. Also, this is not a shit video.
It can sometimes feel like you've already failed before you've even begun.
That's
You
true, I
scroll
have
through
failed.
social media.
I always feel like I've already failed before I even began. Even like when it's not just about drawing. I always fail because before I even began. You know, it's weird, but it's true.
See other younger artists drawing like gods and can't help but compare yourself. And that
Wait, how do gods draw? What do you mean drawing like
voice
God?
in your head goes, "It's too late. I don't have the
It
talent."
is too late.
And
You
with
kid?
AI art everywhere, what's even the point now? And it completely destroys
Oh.
your motivation. But as someone who started art
Me
late
too,
myself,
Lucy.
learning it only after graduating uni and still being able to
Also, consider send me some money for carrots. Do you see the title of the stream? I gather money for carrots. You know.
a professional level and work with various companies and win awards, I realized that starting art late isn't actually a disadvantage. In fact, it can be
Why do you
one of
need
your
carrots?
biggest strengths. And in
To
this
be
video,
closer to
I'll
my
explain why the
idol,
fears you have
Donald
about
Trump.
starting late are actually just
Yeah,
common
you know, the
misconceptions,
vegetables,
and show you the
carrots,
advantages
you know,
have
the orange
because you
vegetables.
started late. By the way, if you're new here, hey, I'm Ori.
Also
and on this
saying
channel,
that
I make videos
starting
that
art late
explore
is an
how to improve
advantage
both
is
our art
the biggest
and
scope I've
ourselves.
ever
Also-
heard. Okay, there's nothing wrong with starting art late in life, but to say, oh, actually, it's an advantage for me to start art late in life. Okay, cope. Okay, that's cope.
So, quick thanks to
Such
Printful for
code.
kindly
Oh my
sponsoring today's
God.
video. If you want to turn your art into high quality merch you can sell without having to worry about
Aw.
costs, check out the link below. So, for a long time, one of the biggest fears I had was that I started too late.
You did.
Everywhere on the internet, I'd see artists who
You
were
started
not
too
only
late.
way better than me, but
True.
who also started way earlier.
They are all
And
better
it made me
than you.
wonder if there was even a point in me learning art. For
No,
example,
there's no
Pixip holds
point.
these illustration contests for high schoolers, and I remember seeing the winning entries back in the day and thinking, my god, these kids are way younger and already draw like pros.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, my drawings look like they got hit by a bus and were
And
ready
they
to
have
move
bigger
into
cocks than you.
another world. I also remember reading that you learn faster when you're younger. So,
True.
what chance did I even have?
And when you're
Felt like
younger,
I
you
started
have a bigger
way too late
cock.
to get good at drawing, way too late to become an artist. And honestly, I carried this fear with me for years. It wasn't until later, after I'd actually made it as an artist, and spent a lot of time understanding how learning works that I realized the truth was completely different from what I believed.
Oh.
First of all, art is not like sport. In sport, your physical abilities peak when you're young, and there's a real biological clock working against you.
Oh.
But art works differently. It's mostly a mental skill. Which brings up the question, do our brains also have a
Thank you for the donation for carrots. Thank you. What do you mean? Why is there some carrots? What do you mean?
clock counting down against
This
us
is a
that
carrot
makes us worse
stream.
at learning art the older we get? Thankfully, science has the answer to this, and there's actually been a lot of research done on the subject.
This is called.
It turns out our brain's ability to rewire and learn is called neuroplasticity. And research has
What do you
clearly
mean?
shown that
What do you mean? Turns out, we've known about neuroplasticity for a long time. Okay. Oh, it turns out that you can learn things on your life because there's no what? What, you trying to get better eyesight? Wait, do carrots help you with eyesight?
our brains remain plastic even as we get older. In other words, we can learn skills like drawing no matter how old we get. Now, you might be wondering, but don't younger people just learn faster? And with some things like languages, there's actually some truth to that. There is an early window in our lives where it's easier to get a native-like accent and feel for the grammar. But when it comes to skills that involve fine motor control and hand-eye coordination, which is closer to drawing than languages are, research shows that older teens and adults can learn just as fast as kids, and sometimes even faster, especially when the practice is focused and deliberate. There's also a study showing that people in their 60s to 80s who learn drawing for the first time can make big improvement in just a few weeks. So with art, you're not locked out just because you didn't start as a kid. When I first decided to take art seriously, I spent 4.5 months pouring my heart out and drawing this manga I thought was awesome. And the result was so bad that when I showed it to my friends, they laughed and said it looked like a B-rate manga. But I decided to keep on going and practicing anyway, and over time, my art improved. Because what I found through my journey
practicing.
and from talking with other artists is that
This person is such a pervert. Look at this art. Oh my god, what a gooner. What a gooner. Oh my god. This is this person's art? Oh my god, what a gooner. Oh god. Oh god, oh god, oh god.
Improved. Because what I found through my journey and from talking with other artists is that improvement in art isn't determined by your age. Instead, what really matters is...
Wait, this person is actually a gooner. Oh my god, I cannot believe this. It's oh my god. This person's art was elevated by his desire to goon. Okay?
Instead, what really matters is the time and effort you put in,
Just want to know what?
how consistently
I draw
you show
innocent
up,
images.
and how you practice. Yes, younger artists might have a head start. And it's true that when you're older, your time might be more limited because of work, study, or family. But that doesn't mean it's too late, or that your brain can't learn
It's
to
too
draw.
late.
And if you stay consistent,
It's too
even
late.
drawing just a little bit each day,
No,
you'll
it's
be
too late.
shocked at how much you can improve in a single year. Another big fear a lot of people who start art late have is this idea that they just aren't talented.
Yeah, you are not
Now,
talented.
talent
You're
is a
shit.
word that I honestly have mixed feelings about sometimes. Once
I
in a
love the
while, I
word
get comments
talent.
on my art like, "You're
I'm
so
such a contrarian now.
talented," and I definitely appreciate the kind compliment. But it also reminds me how invisible the journey really is. because people tend to only see the final.
Oh my god, all I see is gooning from this guy. Your art is full of gooning. You're pervert, okay? What the hell? Do you draw anything else but this?
result, not the years of practice and hundreds of
Do you
terrible
only
drawings behind them.
draw tits and
So
ass?
it's really easy to come to the conclusion that some people, especially if they happen to be younger than us, were simply born gifted in some way. Early on in my art journey, I couldn't help but feel that way too every time I saw the amazing art the artists I looked up to were
Wait, is this your art or is it not your art?
creating. So I realized that I had to make the invisible visible, and made it a habit to look at the oldest art posted by the artists I admired, the first drawings they ever uploaded. In doing so, I discovered that basically all of them also started with imperfect, messy beginner art, where they were still trying to figure things out, just like the rest of us.
Awooga.
And for many of them, it took
I
years
stated
before they
better.
reached a really high skill level and had their big breakthrough as an artist. Doing this really helped put things into perspective.
How do you
for me.
like my manga, by
And
the way?
whenever I got
Look at this.
frustrated at the slow progress I was making, I was able to
This
remind
looks
myself
pretty
that improvement simply takes time.
No, it doesn't.
Also,
it's too late
there's
for you.
actually research done on hundreds of art students that found that IQ, personality, and even how vividly you can visualize things
IQ?
didn't predict who was good at drawing. The students who were better turned out to be the ones who spent more time drawing, used more techniques, and had a more strategic approach to learning. So what I found is, if there is such a thing as natural talent, the closest thing to it is resonance. Some people are naturally drawn to drawing, and even if they don't always find it fun, they find that putting in the hours
They're not
feels
born that.
meaningful,
They just
and the
get
overall
good
process
at
is satisfying.
gooning.
in some way.
True. Vladimir
So
is correct.
they don't mind practicing,
And we're
you
gooners.
can learn to enjoy it. Over time, that naturally builds up their skill level. But even then, resonance is actually something we can also build up. Think about games. We find games we're pretty good at to be fun, but if we really suck at it and get completely destroyed every single time we play, chances are we won't enjoy it and we won't want to
Think
play again.
about the gays.
In the same way, we naturally like things
Yeah.
we're good at. The more we practice, the
Do
better
you
we
think
get.
this is a nice
The
panel?
better we get, the more we enjoy it.
How do you
And
like
the
this
more we
page?
enjoy it, the easier it feels to keep
Tell
practicing.
me some
And this positive
thoughts
cycle
about the
continues
page.
to
What do
build
you
up.
think? Is it nice or is it
So
horrible?
the reality is, nobody is born with a brush in their hand or a 24-inch LCD drawing tablet.
Hello,
suddenly
gay
able to
manga
draw well.
Rusi. Hello, Maraki.
Great artists are built through time, repetition, and the right kind of practice. And the good news is, practice is something you can control. Now, if you're wondering how to actually practice in the right way, I'll soon be releasing my course where I'll walk you step by step through the fastest way to learn anime art, cutting out
Yeah.
all the wasted time and giving you clear lessons and quests that actually help you improve. It's called the Anime Art Accelerator, and it's designed especially for beginner and intermediate artists who want to speed up their progress. So if you want to be the first to know when it's ready, you can join the waiting list through the link in the description. The third
That
big
was,
fear that a lot of people
oh.
who start art late have
I almost said that was a horrible video, but it's far from over, I guess.
is the feeling that AI has already made learning art pointless. AI is definitely a big ongoing concern for all of us here in the art
Yeah.
community. And particularly, if you're someone that's starting or started
AI
art
made
late
me
in this day
redundant.
and age, at a glance, what AI can spit out in a couple seconds looks way better than what you can draw early on in your art journey. Of course, if you look closer, you start to notice that the details are messed up in some way. But
It's fine
it's
that
still
the
enough
author
to be
occasionally mentioned
demotivating
Hollow Knight, so
and
you
feel
get
like
good.
the deck is completely stacked
Yeah.
against you. I definitely understand what it feels like, because I also had a similar concern when AI art started becoming a big thing, as at the time I was still very much an unknown artist that hadn't made it yet. I started seeing AI art everywhere on social media, and I remember sitting there one night thinking, Man, did all those years I spent learning to draw just become meaningless? Is it no longer possible for me to achieve my goal of becoming a professional artist? And I felt an intense mix of anxiety, fear, frustration, and unfairness. But despite carrying all that uncertainty inside, I decided to keep on going anyway. And thankfully, I still managed to break through and find my way as an artist. Looking back, there are two big realizations that I had. First, AI art is kind of like fake jewelry. At a quick glance, it can look dazzling and impressive. But the moment people realize it isn't the real thing, a lot of the value and respect disappears. One of the biggest reasons for that, I think, is because across all countries and cultures, we, as humans, intuitively respect things that took time, skill, and effort to create.
That's not true.
And when something is obviously made by AI, people know the person behind it.
People don't appreciate effort.
And so respect is lost in the process. In fact,
nobody cares about respect.
I found that when people thought a human made a painting, they rated it as more beautiful, more meaningful, and even said they'd pay more money for it. They also felt like it had more story and effort behind it.
That's a lie.
But when they were told it was made by AI, their ratings dropped, even when the image being shown was exactly the same.
That's a lie.
So just
don't lie to
there's
me.
A human being behind the
work. Don't
literally
lie.
Changes how much people value and respect it. The second realization I had
a human made these nuts.
Humans are drawn to other humans. A good example of this is chess. Right now, AI is far stronger than any human chess player. And if people only cared about performance and the end result,
a human made these nuts
as a sport would pretty much just be AIs playing against each other. But that's not what people are interested in. In fact, chess is thriving on YouTube and Twitch, and people are watching.
Go is better than chess.
They follow their favorite streamers.
Damn, this guy is a professional gunner.
They care about their personalities and stories,
true.
Their mistakes, big wins, blunders, and rivalries. Because at the end of the day, we're drawn to other humans because we can relate to them. We can feel their struggles and emotions. And we respect the hard work they've put in and what they stand for. I think there's a lot of truth in that for art as well.
That's not right.
We're already seeing this in how audiences react when big companies use AI art to cut corners. People get upset.
People love it.
It feels cheap.
People love AI generated
and disrespectful to both the players who spent their money on the game and the artists the studio could have hired. On the other hand,
could have, should have, would have.
Project proudly uses human-made art, people often see that as a plus. It feels more premium, effortful,
premium,
and higher
no,
quality.
It's seen as
And at the end of the day, although people do support artists for their art, the art isn't just technical execution.
Nobody supports artists.
It's a blend of skill
do you support
and
artists?
artistic taste that comes from your unique human elements.
What?
Your personality, experiences, and preferences. So I think there will always be value in human-made art. And it may even become more valuable as the human element becomes a premium in the world of AI. By the way, if you're enjoying the video, I hope you consider subscribing to the channel so you don't miss out when I make a new one. Now that we've addressed big fears and misconceptions, let's go through the 2 core advantages you have because you started art late. The first one is the outsider advantage. In psychology, there's a phenomenon called the Einstein effect. Simply put, this is when every time you're faced with a problem, your brain gets stuck using a familiar solution that worked before, even when a better or simpler one exists. Specialists, people who spent their whole life in a single narrow field, are a professional at failing to this. They've been solving similar problems the same way for years. So when a new problem appears, their first instinct is to just reach for the same old solution on autopilot. This affects artists too. Just like any field, in art, a handful of styles and methods become the most popular and turn into the dominant model of what success looks like. And for good reason too. They've clearly shown that they work, so there's a lot to learn from them. And most of the time, studying what makes them work is exactly what you should do in order to improve quickly. However, if everyone starts defaulting to those successful styles as the answer to everything,
Then you will
without ever
fail.
taking the risk to experiment or try new
Experiment.
approaches
Come on.
and create new styles that might also work or even be better, then the whole space slowly starts to become stale and everything begins to look and feel very similar.
That's why we
This
have
is where
AI
outsiders
for
come in.
the staleness.
Research consistently shows that people who come from different fields or backgrounds and seen and done different things are often better at solving problems from unexpected angles and coming up with original ideas than people who've only done one thing all their lives. A good example of this from history is Thomas Edison, one of the most famous and prolific inventors in history.
Oh, you mean the guy
didn't
that
grow up
never
rich,
actually
and by
invented
the age of
anything
12
but stole stuff from everybody else? That Thomas Edison? You know, the guy that actually never did anything on his own but only stole people from other people that actually did the work and took credit for it? I'm not sure if you're going to be going with Edison for this, okay? I'm not sure if Edison should be your go-to guy when it comes to, you know, doing things creatively or not. Okay? I'm not sure if Edison is your go-to guy. Okay? I will go there. Zero example.
He was already working on trains as a newsboy to earn money. So he didn't have a fancy education or an elite background in science or
No, he had a mind of a capitalist to steal stuff from others. Edison even stole my girlfriend. I'm so sorry, Malaki, for your loss. Maybe Edison had a bigger cock. Hmm. You know what I mean? What? What's wrong, Glitch Master? Bruch. 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 Return for the grade again. Bruch.
engineering. Instead, he learned through reading
Instead, he stole other people's stuff.
obsessively, wanting experiments and real-world experiences.
Yeah, okay. We're gonna Google it in real time. Maybe I'll be wrong. Did Edison actually steal most of his ideas from others? Let's see if this is true. Edison didn't so much steal ideas as he was a brilliant technical founder, system builder, and shrewd businessman. He didn't steal nothing. He was just a shrewd businessman instead of a lone genius. He was the first to build R&D labs. His true skill lay in acquiring existing unmarketable inventions. What the fuck? Having his team improve them and mass producing them for the public. He didn't steal anything. He was just a shrewd businessman, you see. Okay. Oh god. He was just a shrewd businessman. Love the language. Gotta love the lingo, okay? He was just a shrewd businessman. Hmm. Where's the video that I was watching? Oh, there you go.
Experience. And over about 10 years, he basically gave himself his own education. Because he was an outsider, his mind wasn't boxed in by one rigid school of thought like a lot of the formally trained specialists were. And that became his advantage. When he faced a problem, he approached it fresh, pulled in ideas from different places, and came up with novel solutions and inventions that literally changed the world we live in. The same principle applies to people who start out late. You might be later to the drawing part, but you're not starting from zero. You've seen other problems, other ways of thinking. You've worked with different kinds of people, and you can bring those unique influences and experiences into your art journey. And experiment, mix ideas, and try weird combinations.
Holdbruch.
You're able to connect dots that
It's
someone
not
who's only
in
done art all
capitalism,
their
I
lives
know, right?
might not even see.
Jesus
Which
Christ.
is exactly where a lot of originality comes from.
Wait, what did he say about
Connect dots,
Edison?
mix influences, and you've worked with different kinds of people. And you other problems, other ways of thinking. You've worked with different kinds of people.
Yeah, by being their boss and stealing all of their ideas.
And you can bring those unique influences
Oh,
and
God.
experiences into your art journey. And experiment, mix ideas, and try weird combinations. You're able to connect dots that someone who's only done art all their lives might not even see. Which is exactly where a lot of originality comes from. All of the
Okay,
dots
you talk about
influences
originality
and
while
experiences into your art journey.
studying your
And
art,
experiment,
being so
mix
original.
ideas, and try weird
Your art is, if this is your art, then I really hate to be the bringer of bad news, but your art is not exactly original if this is the example of your art, okay? You're not exactly the emperor of originality with this, the centerpiece being your art, okay? It's not exact, come on.
combinations. You're able to connect dots that someone who's only done art.
You're wasting your advantage of starting art late if this is your originality, if this is the peak of your originality. Yorichi, my beloved. His mind generated the most unique idea imaginable. What if I took ideas from others but slightly changed them? True. True. To this peak originality. What if I, like this, such peak originality, taking cats, maid outfits, and hold on.
Combinations.
Yeah, cats, maid outfits, bat wings, and little dog thing. Nobody has ever thought of that before.
You're able to connect dots that someone who's only done art all their lives might not even
Only a person that has started art late could think of a maid outfit girl with cat ears. Let's see, Catgirl maids are a completely original idea. Oh yeah, only a person that started art late could think of that.
And see, which is exactly where a lot of originality comes from.
Uh-huh.
All of this actually ties into something called your unfair advantage.
What?
The idea comes from a book of the same name where the authors talk about how everyone has a unique mix of advantages that other people can't easily copy. You can figure out your unfair advantage using the Miles framework.
My unfair advantage is being the sexiest one there is.
The first is M, which stands for money, and this is about the resources you have access to. Maybe you're able to get high quality
That's
drawing
not true.
equipment,
That's not my
or
advantage.
invest in books and courses. Or perhaps you can take some time off to practice more. Or you simply have more free time available because you're younger and don't have many responsibilities yet. The next is I, which stands for intelligence and insights.
My
This is about
intelligence.
your book smarts, street smarts,
And my
people skills,
intelligence?
and creativity. Maybe you're good at understanding and analyzing what works and why. Or staying on top of trends and what resonates with people.
I'm sorry, staying on top of trends? I stay on top of my trends, even though I left my hormones in Poland.
The next is L, which stands
Yes.
for location and luck.
Staying
These
on
are
top of
things like
trends.
where you live, who you're surrounded by, or random opportunities you've stumbled into. Maybe you're near a convention scene, have artist friends, or happen to know someone in the industry
I'm in a war zone.
who can help you out. The next is E, which stands for education and expertise. This is about what you already know and have learned before. Your previous career, degree, or long-term hobbies. Exactly what helps you and your art
Hold
stand
on.
out. In a way,
Does this person only do Gunnar art? Unironically, is this all that this person does when it comes to art? Gooning?
that only you can. And that's exactly what helps you and your art stand out. Now that you know your advantages, the next step is actually using it. A lot to choose from. Set one up for free by TikTok independent artists. You get that same level of quality and
Okay, I
service.
have to check if this person does anything other than gooning because this is so sus, okay? This is very sus. I'm on to you, okay? This person only does gooning. Actually. Oh my god, this person's a gooner. Gooner artist, I cannot believe this. Oh, a video that shits all over Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. That's my content, okay? That's my guilty pleasure. I love watching videos that shit over Final Fantasy VII Remake and Rebirth. It's time, okay?
Final Fantasy is my favorite gaming franchise, and while the original Final Fantasy VII is not in my personal top 5 of the series, it is one of my favorite games from the 90s and of all time. In 2020, I was hyped,
Innovative
like
goodie.
everyone else, for Remake. However, I was incredibly disappointed with many parts of how that game came together. So much so, that I was not interested in picking up Rebirth throughout its entire pre-release hype train. I picked up Rebirth only because of this channel, and I took my time with it to really dive deep into the game's systems and story. In 2020, I unsubbed to Maximilian Dude, and Gerard the Completionist because of the way I felt their impression of the game led me as a customer astray. And while I would later resub to Maximilian Dood because he's genuinely a cool guy, I don't really trust his tastes on anything that isn't a fighting or Capcom game. With Rebirth, the acceptance of muted mediocrity returned to the gaming sphere, and during the review and discussion cycle for this game, I've only heard positive things, and I think this is a disservice at the hands of games media. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth has flaws, some of them serious, and these issues make this game less than the 9 or 10 out of 10 most outlets call it. Rebirth is overrated, not because it is bad, but because it is not as great as games media personalities make it seem. And in this Rail Deal review, I'll explain why this game is overrated by analyzing its open world design, dungeon design, serious story issues, and completion criteria. I will, however, stress that me saying Rebirth is overrated does not mean I hate everything about it, and I do not think it is a bad game. Bad and overrated are not the same word, although they may be used colloquially as synonyms. And starting out, I'm going to talk about the parts of the game I do think are extremely good, which are its gameplay, Queen's Blood, the times it sticks to the script, and boss design. This review is for fans of the original who were disappointed with Remake, and want to know if this game turns the FF7 ship around, or others who want to hear an alternate opinion to that of the common discourse. This means I will be spoiling several aspects of the game's story, and if you don't want spoilers, this is your time to add this video to your watch list, click off the video, and return when you finish the game for yourself. With that, you are watching Rail Deal Games, and let's dive right in.
My drawing software cannot handle me streaming and drawing at the same time, as you can see. It lags out.
Rebirth's gameplay is undeniably fantastic. Each of the 9 playable characters are incredibly fun to play, and in this section I'm going to dive into each of the characters and what I love about the genius of the gameplay's design. Starting out, Zack Fair is the first character the player is introduced to, and he's not a character that the player will play very often, only showing up at the beginning, the end, and in the Chadley simulations. And even though he's only present in a few situations, I applaud the designers for making him distinct from his peers. Character action games live and die on their ability to make character combos fun to find and do. And Zack's design is pretty well done, with the way he builds into better versions of his moves by increasing the length of his combos. Because I didn't complete all the challenges in this game, I'm not able to comment on his high-level strategies, but for his place within the main story, he's fun to play, and for a side character, that's pretty cool. Almost immediately after Zack, the player gets access to Sephiroth, who is designed in a unique way too. And if there's one thing I love about Rebirth, it's the unique combat design for each and every character. The way Sephiroth's heavy attack changes as he combos reminds me of the way Tifa works. However, Sephiroth has an added element of countering and riposting that I particularly love. Parry builds are my favorite things to play in Souls games, for example, and I do love seeing how Rebirth starts to open up that type of gameplay a little more. Now, these side characters aren't in the party for extremely long, but their design did stand out for my entire time with the game, which is a credit to the designer's vision of how to represent the characters through their gameplay, and their ability to express the characters through fairly simple changes to their core combo framework is impressive. Returning from Remake, Cloud, Tifa, Barret, and Aerith don't change much from their original iteration, but the way they interact with one another and the new enemy types present in Rebirth.
Too much praise. Too much praise. What is this?
I don't necessarily know if that's true. If you are, like, there are always people who are going to be purity testers. However, I'm not entirely certain those people.
I'm a purity tester.
So, I'm not sure they matter nearly as much as I think they do. The answer for me is: can a candidate come and take accountability for bad things in their past, or if they're not going to take accountability for
I
it, is
mean-
that thing disqualified?
That depends on the thing, doesn't
So,
it?
like, the thing about Graham Plattner, I think, that really marks him out as a problem is that at no point is he taking accountability for any of the accusations. At no point is he taking accountability for the tattoo. At no point is he taking accountability for any of those things. So how can you expect him to
I mean,
take
there's
accountability
a
down the road?
like tattoo is one thing, but sexually
I see.
assaulting
So
somebody
it
is a
almost
little
sounds
bit of a
like
different ballpark
penance,
for me than a
right?
tattoo.
You can have sin, and there is a method
You
for
know?
absolving sin.
In a certain
Like,
sense,
but it's-
but not like that, because Titan
Of course, depending-
the head.
Sure.
Like
It-
I
it-
I
to be
sexually
honest,
assaulted somebody.
It's the same
I feel
thing
bad.
that
Now
might
vote
have
for me.
applied to someone
You
in
know?
their personal life, right? Someone can say sorry,
Exactly.
but do they act sorry? And that's like the thing you have. That's kind of the thing you're looking at. Like, to a certain extent, we have taken, particularly for the House and the Senate, we've personalized politics. Representatives are somewhat personalized, even in situations where they're not. We have to look at them in the same way, and we have to hold them to that same standard. There is a degree to
that?
which you can get away
Say
with things
what?
in the Republican Party. Donald Trump is a fantastic example. When Republicans got up and said,
What did I do?
what's his face? I forget who got up and said, I know you have to get to bed soon. I'll stop.
Oh, Dr. Jones sent me this and said that this is my theme song.
Once again, I must mention that this wasn't the plan. Understand, I'm just a girl with too much time on her hands. Dive right into the ocean of
This is my theme song.
I can't sleep when I'm dead. Tell me something's gonna change soon. How many other things are going to break? I didn't mean to make you more
This is actually a pretty good
concerned. I
drawing.
just don't know how much more I can take.
Is this my theme song? What do you think? Do you agree with Dr. Jones?
Innovating on multi-ended candles to burn. Do whatever it takes to finish working and learn. One more coin to pay back the debt that working accrued. See what's left here for food. Tell me something's gonna
Do you agree or
change.
not?
How many other things are going to break? I didn't mean to make you more concerned. I just don't know how much more I can take.
I think the eye is too high. I actually tend to make this mistake a lot. That the eye is too high.
It's like climbing the stairs in a collapsing building. If I
Yeah,
make
this
it
better.
there, it's still gonna kill me. And no matter how far I get, I still cannot face the falling bricks. Just put up a sign saying this is where
What do you
she
think?
put up a fight just to end up buried. No matter how far I get, I still cannot face the falling bricks. Take a little bit of it, I'll play under. I'll never forget what I will keep from thinking about. Just a little bit
Alright. that's enough of my theme song. Wait, what is this? Kapitaliści to najbardziej nieinteligentni ludzie. Chowan. Okay, let's watch a Chowan video. Injustice Superman breaks neck of Ultraman. What happened to the Bleach game? What?
What happened to Bleach's art style? The manga is known for its insane art thanks to Tite Kubo,
What
but it
happened?
didn't always look this polished. Go back to the first few volumes and Ichigo and
Oh, wow. Mangakas start at a certain place with their art, and as they go, they improve. What the fuck is this video? I've answered the video in 5 seconds. Yeah, our mangaka's style tends to change as they make their stuff. Sounds like your life. What do you mean?
the other characters look pretty goofy by comparison. So what changed? What did Kubo do to make Bleach look so iconic?
She kept drawing.
In this video, I'm going to look at all of the artistic
What the
changes
fuck?
Kubo made starting in chapter 1 and going all
He kept drawing. He kept. What the fuck is this?
the way to the Hell arc in order to explain how he gave Bleach one
What
of
do
the
you mean?
all-time best art styles
What
in
the
all
fuck
of
do you?
manga.
What the fuck do you mean?
Be warned that he gave Bleach one of the all-time best art styles in all of manga. Be
Like, what the
warned
fuck
that
do you
since
mean?
this will cover the entire series, this video will probably contain some spoilers. Now, let's start by looking at the very first stage of Bleach's art style.
Why do you need 16 minutes to answer? Yeah, he just kept drawing. It sounds like your life, your theme song, yeah? Do you think so? Why do you think so?
Style, which we can simply call Early Bleach. Early Bleach starts with Volume 1 and goes just about to the end of
Oh, he
Volume
did
10.
that also with
Now, the
Naruto.
first thing I'd like to point out is that Bleach's art style is very much a reflection of its story. Whereas the story comes off as super dark and it's actually pretty goofy, the art style appears to be realistic, but is actually
No, it does not. Realistic? No, it what? What? Realistic? What? Your theme dong. What? Are you talking about my dong? Because you get little seafood and get bummed.
just as stylized as anything else. So for example,
It does not feel realistic even on first glance, okay? It does not feel realistic. What the? Why would you say that? Why would you ever say that?
you come across the panels of Yoruichi in her cat form, and those look pretty realistic. Not photorealistic, but certainly more realistic than the animals you might see in other manga. And the same is true for backgrounds. Unlike a story like, say, Black Clover, which stylizes its scenery to fit the tone, Bleach presents the world as is. Not stylization, not over-the-top
Bleach's backgrounds are very minimalistic to begin with, just saying.
details, just buildings and alleys drawn about how you'd expect them to look in any other manga. Now, on the other hand, Bleach is also incredibly stylized, and in early Bleach, it's pretty cartoonish. For example, characters like Rukia display a lot of silly chibi faces that we only ever see in this stage of the art. You also get pages like this where Ichigo punches Ganju. His fist is blown up and Ganju's face literally flies off the page, making it look like a Sunday comic strip. And Ganju's reaction looks like it was ripped right out of a gag manga like Bo.
Also, by the way, yeah, I'm an artist.
Chocobo. It's worth noting that although this goofiness never goes away and is a staple of Bleach, this particular style of chibi faces and over-the-top drawings is unique to early Bleach. That being said, early Bleach is also a bit more cartoonish because of the character designs at the time. And what I'm about to say may come off as a hot take, so just bear
What?
with me.
What?
My experience, I would say early Bleach is when Bleach looked the most generic. You look at early One Piece, and
Okay.
that's a distinct art style.
Is it?
You look at early Shaman King, and that is definitely a distinct art style. Early Bleach is sort of in this middle ground, like the stuff you can see in early Naruto. It's this weird mix of wanting to tap into the charm of Dragon Ball while also building its own style. And whereas Naruto is probably closer to Dragon Ball, Bleach just has this very 2000s look. And this is mainly
What?
due to the shapes of characters. For example, let's take a look at Ichigo. Does he look drastically different? No. But clearly the style is different. His hair, while basically the same, is much spikier, and his jaw is much more box-shaped with lots of sharp angles. You can also see this in Chad's design. Here, in this example, you can see that while Chad does look somewhat realistic thanks to Kubo's attention to anatomy, where you can see the style of early
Does he look? His waist is very thin compared to his.
Bleach is in the muscles. They have this somewhat polygonal shape to them, which is common throughout all of early Bleach. Another thing worth noting is eyes. Especially with characters like Orihime, eyes are drawn somewhat farther apart. More than anything, I think it's this way of drawing eyes that gives early Bleach a more generic look. For example, if you compare Rangiku now to how she looked in early Bleach, it's surprising to see how generic she looks by comparison. Thankfully though, Kubo would obviously improve in his character designs. Now, another thing worth noting in early Bleach is the paneling. But before I get into that, make sure to like the video if you're enjoying it so far. It's the easiest way to support the channel, and it helps spread the video to other viewers like you. Now, as I'm sure you know, Bleach is notorious for its use of blank space, and we'll get into that in the next part of the video. But something that stands out in early Bleach is Kubo's use of onomatopoeias. While this is very common in 2000s manga like One Piece, in my experience, I almost want to say Kubo does it better. Almost. I'm not quite sure, but it's definitely up for debate. For example, look at this panel of Orihime's brother attacking Ichigo. Now I know this is the Viz version, not the original source material.
Yeah. What are you showing onomatopoeia and that is they are actually utilized by Kubo?
But still, look at the way it fills
What do you
up
mean
the space,
still?
making Orihime's brother look bigger and making him that much more intimidating. You also have this example here where Ichigo does a basic attack, but the onomatopoeias fill up the page in a way that makes this attack look insanely powerful. It is worth noting that these onomatopoeias take on a lot of different styles as the story goes on. Here they're much closer to something you would see in One Piece or even Dragon Ball. But on that note, let's move on to the next stage. The second stage of Bleach, which I refer to as Arrancar, starts around volume 11 and continues all the way to the Aizen fight in fake Karakura Town. So about volume 44. And as you can see, that's over 30 volumes, which stands to show that Bleach's art style pretty much stays the same after volume 10. So, what changes? Well, Bleach continues its use of onomatopoeias, but something that stands out in the second stage is Kubo's use of text bubbles. For example, you have this page where Ichigo is fighting the Vizards. And here you can just feel the rage coming from Ichigo. Not only the lettering, but even the shape of the word bubble. But where the real genius can be seen is in the use of text bubbles in empty space. For example, you see this a ton with characters when they say Bankai or they say the name of their Zanpakuto. Like I said before, the empty space is fairly common and it's not unique to panels with text. But used with these text bubbles, it makes the text that much more meaningful. Because when all you have is just the character and the name of their sword, the delivery of that name has that much more impact. It's almost like you can hear the character saying that name and everything else gets tuned out. Not unlike the delivery of these names in the anime. Which is why, in my opinion, Bankais are one of
Bankai.
the most iconic and influential power-ups in all of anime and manga. Now, you also see a lot
Everybody
more-
says that about the series that they like. Okay? The most X. This is like the champion language. This is the most X of all. Okay? I hate it. I started hating this. This is the most influential thing ever in the history of the thing. Whatever. You know? This is the bestest thing ever.
more expression in the action. Whereas manga like say Jujutsu Kaisen or Sakamoto Days are known for their dynamic paneling and choreography, Bleach's action is, well, as fellow YouTuber Radman likes to put it, static. In practice, what this means is that action in Bleach doesn't have a lot of choreography. You do get rare panels like this one where Yoruichi fights off against Soifone, but for the most part, it's a lot of power-ups, key attacks, and clashes. For example, something like this clash between Ichigo and Byakuya is fairly common, but a panel like this one is much more visceral than something you would find in early Bleach. And it only gets better. For example, here's a spread of Ichigo clashing with Grimmjow. Technically speaking, it's nothing crazy. But at a basic level, when you turn to a page like this, you can just feel the aura. The energy spreads like this give off remind me of whenever I would watch the intro to a match in my favorite fighting games. It's simple, you've seen it a million times, but it's so exciting. But where you see the most
Is it?
expression is of course in character designs. In the second stage, characters retain Kubo's stylized look, but they're much more balanced out. So for example, here's that same page of Ichigo from before. Now here's a page of him from chapter 153. While the two are fairly similar, like I mentioned before, you can see the shift in style. His hair doesn't look as spiky because it's somewhat bigger and the spikes serve more as an outline. And instead of this polygonal jawline, Ichigo's jaw is more rounded out and comes together in a tiny chin shape. In general, the character designs are still stylized, but now there's more of a balance between realism and stylization.
Wait, what do you mean? Where's the realism in any of these drawings? Like, what the fuck? Like, how is this more realistic? What do you mean? What does this person mean when they say realism? What? What does that even? What? What's the balance? What do you mean? None of these drawings have. Neither of these drawings have a speck of realism in them. What do you mean? Well, what's this? What's the realism that is more pronounced? Which one has the more pronounced realism? Supposedly.
And yet, at the same time, they have much more personality. And this is mostly due to Kubo's shift in focus. Before, he would define his style in the shapes of characters. But going forward, it's defined by how he focuses on certain details. For example, here's a page of Yami from chapter 231. Now, clearly it's more detailed than something in early Bleach, but to sit here and say this character looks realistic would be kind of an odd take. He certainly has more personality.
I mean, to call any of those things realistic is an odd take to me, but whatever.
And I think that's where the feeling of realism comes from. So for example, you can see the detail in Yami's cheekbones and his nose, and yet, if a real person had features like this, it would likely be the case of some pretty serious plastic surgery. More than anything, what makes Bleach seem realistic is the exaggeration of detail. It's detailed, but it's far from realistic. Which is why I think Bleach characters are the most anime characters you can find. Because they
What the fuck does that
appear
mean?
realistic character. Detail what makes Bleach seem realistic
This person is just saying things. I swear to God, this person is just saying things.
is the exaggeration of detail. It's detailed, but it's far from realistic. Which is why I think Bleach characters are the most anime characters you can find. Because
What the fuck? What? Huh? This makes no sense.
they appear realistic, but in
No,
reality,
they don't. No, they fucking don't. They don't appear realistic at all.
their designs are incredibly over the top. Funny enough, this is best represented in two of Bleach's most popular characters,
Uh-huh.
Kenpachi and Mayuri. Because while these two have some pretty crazy designs, they're also the most expressive of Kubo's characters. Admittedly, Bleach does not excel in character poses in the same way One Punch Man does or Dragon Ball does. You do kinda see it, but it's not quite on the same level. That being said, where you see a lot of character expression is in faces. For example, you will see a ton of panels with Kenpachi where this dude is screaming or shouting. And it's like Kubo took a mold and just stretched it as long as he could. These exaggerated shapes of Kenpachi's face and even his mouth are over the top and far from realistic, but they express emotion.
What the fuck's this person's weird obsession with the word realistic and realism? What? What is he trying to tell me?
Emotions in a way where you can feel them in your gut. And
Manga's
in that
not
sense, they
supposed to
do
be
feel
realistic.
real. In the case of Mayuri, you often see him showing off his impressive set of teeth. And whenever he does this, you can almost see what's going on in his head. It displays a mix
What?
of feelings ranging from fascination, intrigue, admiration, and bloodlust.
I swear, this
so
person is just
Bleach's
saying
characters
things.
give off the impression of realism, but in reality, they are over the top. Yet, at the same time, it's this absurd character expression that makes them feel real. And this stays true even in the later chapters. Which brings us to the third stage. Stage 3 starts with volume 44 and continues up through the final volume. Now, like I mentioned before, Bleach is pretty consistent after the first stage, so not much changes. But there are a few things
Realism is shit, especially in international relations theory.
that give the Fullbringer and Thousand Year Blood War arcs a distinct look. One of the first things I noticed was the level of detail. Bleach was already detailed before, clearly, but in this stage the art really does seem more detailed. Not a ton more, but again, just enough that when you transition from Arrancar to this stage, you can't help but notice the difference. I think a good example of this is Rukia. Of course, Rukia looks different with her new design, but generally speaking, I think it's pretty easy to notice she's somewhat more detailed in Fullbringer and Thousand Year Blood War than she is in Arrancar. Speaking of characters, another thing I noticed is that character designs overall seem more rounded out. So for example, let's use that page of Ichigo from stage 2.
I have no idea what that's supposed to mean. More rounded out.
Now here's Ichigo from chapter 537. Again, his hair looks less spiky and much softer.
Is it more rounded out? Also, there's almost no space between the eyes. I'm just noticing.
And his face, while still somewhat stylized, looks rounder, instead of coming to a thin point.
There's almost no space between the eyes. International relationships. True.
His jaw rounds out to a more realistic chin shape. And while you have sharper looking
Realistic.
characters like Kenpachi, I'd say this rounder look is true for most of the characters in later Bleach. Finally, one small change I noticed is in the line work. Bleach generally has thick line work. Not cartoonish, but not exactly thin either. And this is true in later Bleach as well. But in this stage, you start to notice a rough, almost brushstroke approach to line work, serving as a contrast to the more detailed line work of early Bleach. But this is really only true for this stage. Which brings us to the final stage. Stage 4, which I personally refer to as the anniversary era of Bleach, consists of everything after the end of the manga, which means the one-shot chapter as well as everything from Burn the Witch. Again, not a ton of changes, but there are a couple that are easy to overlook. On top of the line work, Kubo moves away from the rough approach of later Bleach and goes back to more defined lines. Part of this is most likely because he wasn't rushing like before, but I would argue part of it is due to his shift to digital art that he made in recent years. Interestingly enough, one thing I overlooked and only just realized is that in the one-shot, there aren't nearly as many blank backgrounds. When I reread this chapter, I was pleasantly surprised to find that there's plenty of scenery. Granted, there's empty backgrounds in the later half of the chapter, but I mean, come on, it's Bleach. Kubo's gotta do at least a little bit, right? In any event, there's much more focus on scenery in the one
Apparently, author of One Piece makes no backgrounds on his own. He has 5 assistants that draw his backgrounds. And he may need us characters.
shot, and thankfully, this is also true for Burn the Witch. Finally, you can see another change in character designs. To be honest, I don't know exactly what it comes down to, but if you ask me, right now it's like a mix of detail and making the characters somewhat more rounded out, and the whole digital
What the fuck does that mean, rounded out? I don't know what this person means by that. And then it irks me. It irks me a great lot.
thing. Like, when you compare Ichigo in the end of Bleach and Ichigo in the one-shot, there's definitely a difference,
Yeah, he is older. The character is, oh, whatever.
but it's hard to articulate what really changed. I believe Kubo said in an interview that as he does the digital art, he tries to make it look analog, so if anything, I would say that's what it comes down to. But in any event, that's the final stage of Bleach, before we eventually get some new chapters. Now that we've gone through each stage, it's time that we discussed some final notes on the art style overall. First of all, we gotta talk about the drip. I don't care what your favorite series is, nobody touches Kubo when it comes to drip. Bleach practically defined drip in manga, whether it's the designs of characters or the cool outfits they wear in color pages that bring you back to 2005. Another thing I love about Bleach is its use of blank space and big panels. While the emptiness might seem lazy at first, it makes Bleach truly special. Like I said, it gives words more meaning. It makes characters more dramatic. And I would even argue that tying into Bleach's central themes, the empty space is a metaphor. Because you often see characters surrounded by blank backgrounds, you leave that much more for the reader to fill in the blanks. Like the world of Bleach, the panels are empty and by definition have no inherent meaning, allowing readers to insert their own meaning for every page. Also, while the big panels don't leave room for as many
That's cool.
panels to create dynamic
Okay, that's cool.
choreography, it does allow Kubo to really lean into the detail of his art. This ranges from silhouettes for shading, crazy character expression, big clashes, and of course, over-the-top designs. Again, it creates this weird equilibrium where the detail makes Bleach feel real,
You can do that, first of all, with backgrounds, okay? You can do all these things while having backgrounds. Second of all,
but in reality,
no, Bleach characters do not feel real.
Bleach is the most anime-looking manga in the entire industry.
What the fuck does that mean? The most anime-looking manga in the entire... That's just bullshit. That's just empty babble, okay? That's just empty words that mean nothing. The most anime-looking manga in the industry... What? What? Oh my god.
And that's why it might just be my favorite art style in all of manga. But now I'd like to hear what you think. How
I
would you...
think you're full of shit, okay? How many views does this crap have? 329,000 views? Oh my god. Okay. whatever.
rate Bleach's art style? How does it compare to other manga? Share your thoughts and see what everyone else has to say down in the comments. I'll pick my favorite and share it as comment of the week on my community tab.
All right. I think we have reached the end of this stream. Because I think we have streamed for like 3 hours or something, right? Wait, I've only streamed for an hour? That's impossible. Ooh, you have to admit they do be dripped out in Bleach. That's true. They are. I will have to practice a lot to drip my characters in the dip. Hold on. How long have I been streaming? 1 hour, 25 minutes. We should play a game. Okay, I'm gonna save the manga. I hope I can save it. I saved it. Okay. I'm gonna turn off Clip Studio because you hate it. You hate my art. I know where you hate my art. Okay, thank you. Yeah, I know. I know you hate my art. And we will play a game. Okay? We will play a game as we gather money for turrets. Very draw, girl, or I'll invade Poland. I cannot draw on stream because the computer cannot handle it. You saw what happens. So we're gonna play a little bit of game. And then I will go breakfast. You know what I mean? My throat hurts. It is the feeling of when you get... I'm not gonna describe it because it's not safe for work. But you know what I mean. You know what causes throat hurt. It cannot. You don't understand my feelings. I'm gonna play your favorite game now, okay, Malaki? I'm gonna play your favorite game. Malaki, I'm gonna play your favorite game. Where's Dr. Jones? Where is Dr. Jones, by the way? Dr. Jones promised me. You promised, Dr. Jones. Dr. Jones, you promised. Dr. Jones, Dr. Jones, Dr. Jones. You promised, Dr. Jones. I'm gonna show you all of my short stack goblins, okay? Sound capture, NVIDIA app, and Steam. Socialist Malaki, I think it's great, but you don't care. Ben was right, Lucy don't care about your feelings. What? I read Twitch chat, what the hell? Socialist Malaki. Oh. I try to read Twitch chat, but I never expect anybody to talk on Twitch. Obiecajco? Promise what? You promised to play Resident Evil 6 with me. You lied to me, Dr. Jones. Dr. Jones! It took 35 minutes. Dr. Jones, Dr. Jones, Dr. Jones. I almost got bombed. Love bombed. You know what I mean? So now I'm gonna play your favorite game. You know? What the hell was that? Special offer. Oh, I can buy a game. Let's look at the offers, okay? Wait, what's the special offer? Why isn't it loading, the special offer? Where is the special offer not loading? What's the special offer? Weekend deal. Okay, let's see. Featured. Are there any special discounts for cool games? Silent Hill 2. Oh yeah, we have to. There you go. Let's see if Lunar has a discount, okay? Do you know Lunar? What's happening? Do you know Lunar? Have you ever heard of Lunar? It's Lunar. You know? You know the game Lunar? Wow. Lunar. Have you ever seen Lunar?
Blessing of Althena.
Lady luck be kind.
Oh my god. It's such a beautiful game. Rabi Ribi? No. Lunar. How much is Lunar right now? Is a discount? It does, 15%. Aww. Aww, Lunar. Look at this. Lunar.
Will their dreams fade to nothing when the horizon darkens most? We all need to believe there is hope. Is an angel watching closely over?
Aww. Such a beautiful game. Lunar. Silver Star Story. You know, I'm humming the game for you. Right, let's play Final Fantasy VIII. Titus Innocent. Titus Innocent. Wow, I've started playing Final Fantasy VIII and everybody left. Nobody likes Final Fantasy VIII? Does nobody like Final Fantasy VIII? Titus Innocent, Titus Innocent, Titus Innocent, Titus Innocent. Continue. We have a save. Look, it's Zell, Squall, and that girl. Selfie. Okay, let's go. Exchange enemies into cards. I think we can take this lift up. Game loud. Wow, you don't like the game? Whoa. I thought you liked the game, but I was wrong. You hate it. You hate it. Wanna go up? Go up. Wow, this lift is really cool. Don't get too excited, we will fall. Like I'm really going to. Major Biggs. There has been a report of a monster-shaped shadow on top of the tower. Major Biggs. Be quiet, I'm busy. This goes like this, and geez, what with these crappy old tools? And then why do I have to make all the repairs? So check around while the repairs are being done. Let's see, put this here and... This goes here and there it's complete. Whoa. Impressive. And that is how they invented cable TV in this game. What do you think you're doing? Oh, likewise, mister. What do you think you're doing? Hey, what happened to all the soldiers down below? Wedgie, take care of these twerps. Wedgie? Well, I seem to be done here, so I'll just be on my... I'm leaving. Move it, move it, move. Sorry to crash the party. Ah, are you crazy? Just shut up. Prepare for the worst, you brats. I forgot to give her a summon, by the way. Major Wedgie. Where were you? No pay for this, you months. Could have stayed home. Is the game okay sound now? Use Shiva quality. He does this in Final Fantasy X. Like that. What the? Ah! 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 Oh, it's the ugly thing. What the hell is it? We're gonna draw. Siren. Stop. Unlock Guardian Force. Unlock the Siren Girlfriend. We unlocked a new girlfriend. Wait, draw fail? What the? How can I draw fail? What? Double? What is double? Wait, is double a good spell? Final Fantasy? Hey? We're gonna... What is double? I don't get it. FF is double a good spell. Yes, double is an excellent spell in FFA. It acts as a battle long buff that lets a character cast 2 spells in a singular. Oh, so it's a shit spell because you cannot junction it. It's not good to junction to your stats. And that's the whole point of having spells in this game, to junction them to your stats. So it's useless, basically. It's a useless thing. I will stop drawing it. That's just Shiva. And Quasamulubukul. Whoa. Quasar Cooper. Where am I? I cannot believe Ifrit is not junction to anybody. There's no way to skip these animations, I think. I believe there's no way to skip these. Yeah. Oh wait, you can speed it up. Razel Koduken. What? Why do I have limit all the time? Why do I have infinite limit break? I don't get it. Okay, we'll have to junction the... Hello, Mr. Safer. It's totally not Sephiroth Light. Safer. Squad B Captain. Excuse me, I have new orders. Seat members and seat candidates are to withdraw at 900 hours. Assemble at the Shore. Withdraw? There are still enemies around. I know, but I'm just a messenger. An order to withdraw takes priority. I don't want to miss the vessel. That's true. What time did you say? Like I said. All seat members in seat condenser drove 1900 hours. 19 hours. We only have 30 minutes. You got 30 minutes to get down to the shore. Better run. Hey, wait for us. What the hell does he think he is? Why don't you ask him? Let's go. Girlfriend. Junction. Selfie. We're gonna junction a girlfriend to selfie. Girlfriend, draw item. What about squad? Junction, magic. Fire, table. Suno. Wanna go down? Stay. Go down. Cause why not, right? A girlfriend. Now go, destroy them. Access menu and save game. I'm gonna save the game now. Whoa. I'm tired? No, you're not. Don't lie to me. Okay? Lying is not good. Okay, we'll use a new girlfriend, okay? Watch me use a new girlfriend. See round. Woo! Apparently this girlfriend has been censored in the remaster. She's been super naked and now she's not super naked or something. Yeah. They are good. Is he not dead yet? Poof, poof. I win. Potion. Quasarlagula Pupu leveled up. We're supposed to run away. You can kill this enemy, by the way. Did you not know? No. I'm gonna play it as intended. Yeah, I drew my emotes. I draw them like a professional. Some would call me a pervert, but I call myself an artist. At least I'm not a gooner, like this one artist that said, I learned to draw girls in perverted poses, even though I'm old. You know? The gooner advantage. When you're young, you're not as goonish as I am. So you have the advantage. Oh boy. Oh gosh. We can run now. Should we kill it? Nah, I'm running. Goodbye. We can't escape? The fuck? Why can't I escape? That's not fair. Oh, I pressed the wrong button. I pressed the wrong trigger. There you go. I mentioned that when I played this game for the first time, I thought all characters had like a timed button press for a stronger attack, but it's just Squall. He already adopted the gun. I was born in it, molded by it. Where are you, a gooning rocker? Wait, what is this? Oh. Is there a summon to steal? No, we're staying. We're staying. We're gonna kill this boss. We're killing this boss. How much HP does it have? Wait, I have to check how much HP it does have. FF8. How much HP does the robot have? The spider robot has 5,000. What? I'm busy. Not enough carrots. Oh, my battery is running low. Ooh. I think I will run now. Wait, can that guy? Why can't I escape? I will destroy this enemy. I heard it only can self-heal like 5 times or something. And then I destroy. Yeah, I kill you. Thunderstorm. Thunderstorm. I escaped. I'm gonna bust it up again. I'm gonna kill you. You can't run from all the problems. Yeah, I can. That's how I've been living my life my whole life. What do you mean? Some problems even carrots cannot fix, you know? Girlfriend. I'm playing Karasu's favorite game, by the way. Did you know that Karasu loves Final Fantasy VIII? Karasu. President Sunday loves Final Fantasy VIII, actually. Because it has best philosophy. So it's like, what do you call it? Yeah. Who all reads ton of books. Then I hate everybody. What do you mean? forgot to press the button. Sunday Bay? Sunday Bay? It was Sunday Bay. I think we can kill this robot. I gotta kill this robot, you know? I don't have much time though. Robot, I kill you. Girlfriend. This robot is super weak. Why was I ever afraid of this robot? I'm wrecking its balls. I'm wrecking this robot's balls. You know what I mean? Where are me? I wanna defeat this monster. It's not a monster, it's a demon robot. Boop. Oh gosh, what is happening now? Weak. How was I ever afraid of this robot? I think we can kill this robot. I said it once. How many times has it revived now? I think it only revives 5 times. I think we had it revived 4 times. I think this is the last time that we will revive. Oh. Oh. I think now we'll be able to kill it. I think now we can kill it. Now we can kill it, I think. Because it can repair only 5 times or something. We'll probably run out of time before we kill it though. Because it has 5,000 HP. Alright, kill it now. Let's kill it. Swear to me. I think I will run out of time before it dies. only you could skip the animations. God, these animations are long. Oh, must kill it. Wait, it's repaired again? Whatever. I'm out of here. It was supposed to stop repairing after 5 times, but I guess not. The game lied to me. What the fuck? I wasn't able to kill him. Destroy this old timey car. Run. Hello. Oh. Oh, I'm still supposed to run. Kill him, Quisty. With your Gatling gun. You have failed your exam, Saper, for being the coolest boy. Unironically, though. Saper! How did it go? Man, all they did was get in my way. Being a leader ain't easy. Safe? Good job. Wait, if it was a good job, then why did Safer fail? Stupid. Where's Safer? Let's be back at Garden by sundown. You're free till then. Dismissed. Weapons must be marked issue. This time we introduce a basic weapon. The Gunblade's original model is this revolver. but it lacks in power and more than makes up for its reliability. Wait, I already have a revolver. I need screw. My screws are loose. Not again, Mr. Ego. I guess we'll walk it. I can change the revolver into a revolver? What? That makes no sense. Okay. Makes no sense. Ma, I'm home. What a surprise, Zal. That's your friend? This is my house, but don't make yourself too comfortable. Zell's house. I'm gonna steal your items, Zell. What the hell was that? It was Squall. That's my room up there. It's sacred. Just keep out. I'm gonna come back here when you're not in the party. Oh, there, are you off today? Nah, outdoor class. Drop by whenever you can, even just to say hi. Long, long ago, when this world was just made, there was a strong god named Hine. This god was very, very strong, but after fighting a lot of monsters, he became very tired. So he made people like you and me to do all the work, and the god went to sleep. That's right. However, the god was very surprised when he awoke, surprised that there were so many people. Cain decided to reduce the number of people by taking away the children. Scary, isn't it? Of course, everyone was scared then too. And so the battle against Hine began. Even though the people were small, they all got together and finally cornered him. Hine didn't know what to do. Out of desperation, he gave half of his body to the people and ran off with the remaining other half. Well, he was a god. Anyway, it turns out Hine tricked the people. The half that Hine ran away with was the half that had the stronger magic. Wow. So we still can find the other half that ran away? It might be close by actually, it might be even watching you. Imagine being Sunday. What's wrong with me, Mr. President? Okay, well now we can go back to turning enemies into cards. Isn't that exciting? Okay, let's do this. Swear to me! Okay, let's change enemies into cards. There. Go on, come on. Very good. What the? Oh boy. What? I have to soften it some more? I did. Oh boy. Your squad is weak. Yeah, that's good. I don't want to kill enemies, I want to turn them into cards. It's good that he's weak. "100 kills. Kill 100 enemies." I didn't kill them, I turned them into cards. Hold on, I have to girlfriend. Card mode. Turn. Okay. Boost girlfriend. Tool RF. Refine tools from an item. Oh, yeah, I like that, actually. It's excellent cards, what do you mean? How would you know a good card from a bad card? Oh, I feel so tired, Gigglers. Gigglers. Giglerinos. You know what I mean? Hey, we should turn the dinosaur into a card. Quistis learn Blue Magi Ultra Waves. Quistis how can you learn Ultra Waves? You know what I mean? Oh, you used it. Wait, hold on. Hold on. Okay, let's teach Quistis. Quistis learn Ultra Base. Whoa. My characters are strong. What do you mean? Junction. HP. Junction HP. Magic. I need to transform ability. Reform items from cards. You're the Ultra Wave. I am Ultra Wave. Hold on. I don't have enough cards. You see? I need more cards. It's crazy how much cards I need. You know what I mean? Give me your card, boy. Once I get Diablos, I will not have to do this crap anymore. I will just use Demi or whatever. Because it, you know, it attacks enemies half a percentage. Card! Got him! Hi, card. We're doing good. We're doing good. I should nap for a bit. Or I should eat breakfast. Should I eat breakfast? Do I deserve? Malaki? Do I deserve to eat breakfast? Did you just call me a scumbag? No! Yeah. Breakfast. Should I eat breakfast? You know what breakfast is? It's the first meal of the day. No breakfast for you? Imagor. Okay, let's use the ability. Teabag ability. Oh, teabag. I don't want a teabag. Come on. Learn. Mid-mag. Refine mid-level magic from other magic. Ooh. This is good. Mid-mag. Refine mid-level magic from other magic. Whoa, this is Quetzalcoatl is such a good girlfriend. Okay, let's do this. Holy moly, did you see this? What a good girlfriend. F mag. F like the F slur. I like this girlfriend. Very good. Better than my ex? What is wrong with your ex? At least you have an ex, okay? I have never had anybody. I don't have any exes. Nobody ever wanted to be with me. How's that for like a rude awakening, okay? At least you have an ex. What, a beach? Well, at least you have your beach. I don't, okay? There is nobody that wants to be with me or whoever wanted to be with me, okay? At least you have your beach. Oh, I killed the enemy instead of turning them into a car. Look what you made me do. Look what you made me do. That's not supposed to happen. We're not missing much, to be honest. Women ruined a good part of my life. Listen, both of you to assume that I'm like that my exes would only be women, okay? Maybe my ex could be a guy. With a giant ego. You're supposed to be gay. Listen, I am transphobes will, if I choose a guy, transphobes will call me gay. If I sleep with women, transplanted people will call me gay. I'm gay no matter what I do. Girlfriend. There's no winning, okay? Oh. You always win being gay, that's true. But I don't win because I don't have anybody that I could call an ex, okay? Sad. My life is sad. And because my life is sad, consider donating or subscribing for carrots, okay? Carrots are the only thing that stave off my depression from not having any exes. You can be my girlfriend for the next 10 minutes if you want. And then I will be your ex. And you will call me a bitch. Is that how that works? You'd be like, better than my shitty ex. And I was like, wait, hold on, I'm your ex. And then like, whoops. You'd be like, whoops. You know? Look at this girlfriend. Tool her ass. Oof. Oof. You know? Stary junction. Oh, my exes. I will always remind my exes. You call your exes bitches. Am I a bitch? Wait, somebody added me to friends on Discord. Hold on. Hold on. I have to respond to this friend request. Who added me to friends? Who is this? What? Who's this? This may be someone you don't know. You're not sharing mutual friends or small mutual services. Accept. Of course I accept. Hello. Who are you? We have one similar, we have my mutual server, G Posers. Why do you call me a bitch? Malaki. Turn into a car. Oh no! Malaki! Look what you did made me do. You know what I mean? Turn into a card. Don't die. Okay. Turn into a card. Well, you have the full experience of having an ex bitching you. Listen. I get no emotional closeness, no nothing. This for a hug. This just makes me sad. If I want a hug, then I can go to Poland and hug my dog. You know? I bet you did not consider that, have you? Don't die! We must turn you into a card. Card. Card Captor Sakura. Do you know this series, Card Captor Sakura? Do you know Card Captor Sakura? Somebody adds me randomly as friends on Discord and say, hey, click this link. Should I click this link? Malaki, should I click this link? I think I will. But it can be my Polish wife when I live in Poland will give me legitimacy. Yeah. But first I must click that link that I am given by some random person added me on Discord, you know? And then when you start receiving very weird messages from me suddenly on Discord, you will know that the link worked. Actually, usually when people send you links, they wanna hack your account. The link hacks your account, and they take over your Discord or something. That's why I said that if you start receiving weird messages from me, you will know that the link worked. You know what I mean? Where is Dr. Jones? Have you seen Dr. Jones anywhere? Okay, we will finish. Dinosaur! I kill you, dinosaur! I draw your magic. Wait. Card. I turn dinosaur into a card. Turn into a dinosaur card. Whoa, it didn't work. I can't believe this. Whoa, dinosaur! Whoa. Girlfriend. Turn into a car dinosaur. No, I missed. Turn into a car dinosaur. You know what I mean? How exciting would it be if I got the dinosaur card, huh? Naked lady with boobs and ass. Turn into a card, Mr. Dinosaur. Hey! It missed. How can this be? Dinosaur. Okay, I will kill this dinosaur by turning into a card, dinosaur. But it missed. I don't believe this. Turn into a card, dinosaur. Turn into a card, dinosaur. Do it now. It's time. Yay! No way! I got a dino bone. Oh, okay. I told you I was strong. Dino boner. He said I was weak, but I'm strong. See, now you cannot say that I'm better at video game, huh? Yes, I'm a video game expert, you know? I'm a gamer. Turn into a car. I'm a pro gamer. You know what I mean? I'm great at aiming. Oh. I got a screw. But hold on, let's use the ability. Okay, the dinosaur. Oh, dino bone. Okay, what can I get from the dino bone? Dino bone. Welcome, mate, to the lovely Balam Hotel. Zara Hadergil, will you be staying with us? Yeah? Do you know what I mean? Okay, I will save game now and I will finish stream because I've been streaming for 11 hours straight, you know? And I have to draw the manga. You know what I mean? Alright, I will raid you into Ico Rules because you're a drama horse. Okay, you are a drama horse. Drama horse will go to drama channel. I raid into the drama horse. I raid you. Ico Rules. Bye bye, Giggler. because now is the time for Ico Roots. Bye bye. Yay.